Hello everyone, welcome back to Tuition Masters, and today we are here with another session for grade 9 social studies, that is geography, and we are going to discuss about the first chapter, that is India size and location. So in this chapter we are going to study about the India's basic chapter, the size and location, as well as we are going to discuss few more topics. So this is a quick video. I'm going to explain the chapter real quick, and the major important part is that this will be coming in your midterm exams, right? So that is why I'm even going to tell you 10 most expected questions, some previous year questions which may definitely come in your exams, right? So I'm also going to show you 10 most expected questions, as well as we're going to do the summary. So let's start with the summary of this chapter, isn't it? So first one, when I talk about location of India, so we know India has many things related. India has has a vast diversity, right? We have spices in our country, various food, various traditions, many different kind of people who have different cultures and rituals, isn't it? So India, as the country, it's known for its diversity, isn't it? So when I talk about India, it's even there in our in the history also. India has been ruled by many kings, the rajas, maharajas, right? We know Ashoka and all those other emperors and rulers, isn't it? So in the ancient period, medieval period, India is always included, isn't it? Now when I talk about where is India located, so it is India, we know it's a very vast country. It's in the northern hemisphere. These are very important points which can come in your exam for 1 marks, 2 marks question, one word answers. So those 10 questions again I will give you. So northern hemisphere it's located. Now latitudes and longitudes are very important. Okay, they are super important to remember. Latitudes are 8 degree 4 north to 37 degree 6 north. Okay, 8 degree 4 north to 37 degree 6 north, that is the latitude. Okay, similarly, the longitude is 68 degree 7 east to 97 degree 25 east. That is the longitude. So longitudes are east to east and latitudes are north to north. So again, I again say latitudes are what? Talking about latitudes, because the main chapter when we talk about location in geography, we are always going to use the latitudes and the longitudes, isn't it? I know they might be sometimes very difficult to learn also, but yes, we have to do it, right? So latitudes are what? They are 8 degree 4 north to 37 degree 6 north. This is the latitude. Longitude, you can make some short notes as well while I'm explaining. Longitudes are 67 degree 68 degree 7 east to 97 degree 25 east. Okay, so you can refer to it. So these are the longitudes and latitudes. Now the Tropic of Cancer. Okay, the Tropic of Cancer, that is 38 degree 30 north, that roughly divides the country into two equal halves. So basically, when I talk about Tropic of Cancer, when it crosses India, so it looks like India is being divided into two equal halves. Okay, not exactly, but roughly it looks like it dividing into two equal halves. Okay, so Tropic of Cancer, which kind of which tropic does dividing the country into two equal parts? That is Tropic of Cancer, 23 degree 23 degree 30 north. Okay, now comes the islands. Andaman and Nicobar. Andaman and Nicobar Islands are in where? They are in the Bay of Bengal. Okay, where? To the southeast of India. Southeast. Southeast is Andaman and Nicobar Islands, right? Next, next comes Lakshadweep. Lakshadweep Island, where is it? It's in the Arabian Sea, which is to the southwest. So Andaman Nicobar in Bay of Bengal, southeast to India, and Lakshadweep Islands in the Arabian Sea, that is southwest of India. Okay. Now, talking about size of India. Now, India, now this chapter has majorly numbers, so you have to be very strong in your numbers. Okay. Now, India's land mass, the total area as in that covers 3.28 million square kilometer, accounting for approximately 2.4% of the world's total geographical area. So basically, talking about the whole world, okay, in the entire world, India is occupying 2.4% of the entire geographical area. Okay, entire geographical area of the world, 2.4% of that is India's. Okay, and the entire landmass is 3.8, sorry, 3.28 million kilometer square. Okay, in square kilometers we calculate, so that is India's landmass. Now, in terms of landmass, India is the world's seventh largest country. This becomes one of your MCQ also, right? And students, you may think I'm putting some questions, so these are not the 10 expected questions. I'm going to specifically in the slides, I'll be showing you the 10 expected questions. So it can come in your MCQ that India is the what is the rank of India based on landmass? It is the seventh largest country. Okay, now India has an area, also area that is about 15,200 square miles. Okay, 15,200 square miles, and the length of entire coastal area, including Andaman and Nicobar Islands as well as Lakshadweep, it is 7,516.6 square miles. So India's area, okay, the area of India is 15,200 square miles, whereas the coastal parts means like on the boundary, right? The boundaries in that coastal area, the including Andaman Nicobar as well as Lakshadweep, that the entire length of coastal area is 7,506.6. Okay. Now, in the exam, if you forget the decimals, if you write 7,516, the teacher should give you marks. Okay. Now, in the northeast, north, and northwest, India is bounded by the young fold mountains. These are our Himalayas. Correct? Himalayas. Now, see this, in the northeast, northwest, it is bounded because Himalayas are wrong range. We have Himadri, Himachal, then Shivalik, right? We have all those mountains. That is our next chapter of geography, physical features, right? There you will understand more. So India has the young fold mountains too. Now, continuing with the size, it begins to move south at 22-degree latitude north and reaches the Indian Ocean, dividing it into two seas, the Arabian Sea in the west and the Bay of Bengal in the east. Okay, so basically, that is what happens with the Himalayas. Now, time meridian. Time near the standard meridian of India. So, what is the standard meridian? It is 82 degree 30. 82 degree 30, that is the standard meridian of India. Okay, that for the timing. It passes through Mirzapur, which is in Uttar Pradesh, UP, and it is considered as India's standard time. Every country has their own standard time as per the meridian, correct? So India, we have the standard meridian that is 82 degree 30. Okay, and it passes through Uttar Pradesh, specifically through Mirzapur. Okay, now as one proceeds from south to north, the length of the day and night is influenced by the latitudinal extent. So, when a person is going from south to north, so that time the length of day and night will be changing as per the latitudes. Okay. Now, the last part of the chapter is India and the neighbors. So, the country, India, we hold a very strategic position in South Asia with 28 states and 8 union territories also, isn't it? Now, with 28 states and 8 union territories, the country holds a very strategic position in South Asia. Correct? Now, what are the 8 union territories? That's very important to understand. So, if you want to know how there are basically 8 union territories, isn't it? Union territory, as in they are, governed by the central government, right? And there is no specific, like Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. We have, so in union territory, there is no Rajya Sabha. Okay, so that is what the main thing is. So let me add a slide over here. Now let me explain you the union territories. So in India, as I said, talking about union territories. So union territories there are 8. Okay, now what are those? Very important to learn. So first one is Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, Jammu Kashmir in the north. Correct. That is the first union territory. Second union territory is Chandigarh. Correct. Chandigarh is also the union territory. Next, third one is Dadra Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. So that is one more place, correct? So Dadra Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. So this is one more place, correct? Next is Lakshadweep. Lakshadweep Island is also a union territory of India. Okay. Next, one more. I don't have space. I'll write here. We have Ladakh. Correct. Ladakh. Then we have Delhi. We have Delhi. And then our island, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands, correct? And the last one is Puducherry. Okay, now Puducherry it's also known as Pondicherry and various pronunciations, so that you can consider. So these are the 8 union territories. Okay, I will repeat again. First we have is Jammu Kashmir, Chandigarh, Dadra Nagar Haveli, Daman Diu, Lakshadweep, Ladakh, Delhi, Andaman Nicobar, and Puducherry. These are the 8 union territories, right? Now coming back, India, the borders of India, the outline of India, we share our borders with Pakistan, Afghanistan in the northwest, then Nepal, Bhutan, and China in the north, and in east with Myanmar and Bangladesh. So Myanmar, Bangladesh in east, then Nepal, Bhutan, China, especially Tibet in north, Pakistan, Afghanistan in northwest. Okay. Now two neighboring islands. We have two neighboring islands of the country also that are located in the south, that is Sri Lanka and Maldives. So Maldives and Sri Lanka are located in the south. Okay, now the country is geographically and historically also connected to its neighbors with historical connections during the Indians revolutions and whatever happened. We know, right? Many revolutions where Pakistan, India were together. They had fights. Also, similarly, there are many geographically for trading as well as previous historical connections. Also, that is why we have these men. So, revising it, what is it? To revise the neighbors, what we can say: Pakistan, Afghanistan, northwest; Nepal, Bhutan, China, north. Okay, then Myanmar, Bangladesh in east, and the neighboring islands in the south are Sri Lanka and Maldives. Okay, now Maldives. Now next is what we can before moving to an important question, let's quickly summarize. Okay, so we studied that what is the location. It's in the India is in the northern hemisphere. The latitudes are 8 degree 4 north to 37 degrees 6 north, correct? And longitudes are a 68 degrees 7 east to 97 degree 25 east. Okay, the Tropic of Cancer divides India in roughly two equal halves. Okay. Next, Andaman Nicobar Islands are in the southeast, Lakshadweep Islands are in the southwest. Okay, now India is approximately, the landmass is 3.8 million square kilometer. It occupies 2.4% of the total world's geographical area. India is the seventh largest country. Okay, the total area is about 15,000 square miles, and the coastline area is 7,516.6 square miles. And we have the Himalayas. Next is when continuing the time, we have our standard meridian of India, that is 82 degree 30, which passes through Uttar Pradesh. Okay, that is the standard time. And when we go from south to north, the length of day and night are changed by the latitudes. Correct. Next, talking about neighbors, we have 28 states and 8 union territories. Right now, we share our borders with Pakistan, Afghanistan in north. Northwest, Nepal, Bhutan, China in north, then in Myanmar, Bangladesh in the east, and Sri Lanka and Maldives, that are the two neighboring islands. Okay, So, and these were our union territories. Now let's move towards some important questions. Now, these are some 10 most expected questions which can come in your exams, right? So, question number one: which island group of India lies to the southwest? Okay, now see here, I explained you which is the southwest island, Lakshadweep Island, which is in the Arabian Sea. So, Lakshadweep Island is the southwest. Where is it? In the Arabian Sea. In Arabian Sea, we have the Lakshadweep Island. Next, name the canal which has shortened the distance between India and Europe. So basically, in the previous historical times, in distance to go from India to Europe was quite large, and it would be too difficult for trade purposes. Then, in what happened was we had introduced a canal known as the Suez Canal. So Suez Canal was built, reducing the distance between India and Europe so that easy travel can be possible. Now let's move towards some long questions. So describe how geographical features, location of India have fostered unity and homogeneity in the Indian society. So we have to say that the geographical features of India, we have many features, right? Now, how is that fostered? Means taken care of unity and commonness throughout the Indian society. So basically, the we know we have Himalayas, correct, in the north, which acts as a barrier to the southwest monsoon in the summer and precipitates heavy rain on the country. So Himalayas, they stand as a barrier. Okay, the rain when it comes, it doesn't affect so hardly, right? From the southwest, and the monsoon comes in the summer, so it precipitates heavily on the country. So Himalayas are acting as a barrier to us, right? Now, talking about a standard meridian, what is it? 82 degree 30. That is a standard meridian of India. It has enabled uniformity for the time in the entire country. Time is location, it's time is proper, right? It's not like one place it is 2 o'clock, other place it is 5 o'clock, no, right? So the standard time for a uniform time, it is our standard meridian is there for a homogeneity. Next, rivers and tributaries. We have so many rivers: Ganga, Krishna, Godavari, Kaveri. We have so many rivers, and the tributaries also, and tributaries, distributaries. Many states in India, they meet irrigation and water needs, bring about cooperation for agriculture. Correct. For agriculture, all the rivers with their tributaries and distributaries, we use that water for our irrigation purposes also. So again, that becomes a unity. Now many festivals of India which are associated with agriculture and monsoon also fostered unity. Now there are specifically festivals with relation to the harvesting. Correct. We have Baisakhi, we have Onam, Pongal. We have so many festivals which relate with the harvesting. Correct, and monsoon rains also. So that has first taken care of the unity among Indians. Okay. Question number four. The geographical location has helped Indian attaining an important place in the world market. Explain. So our geographical location means where we are located, in where India is located. How is that helping us for the international trading purposes also? Now see, the location of Indian international trade route has always benefited the country. Our India is located in such a place where international trading is becoming very easy. Now we know, as I explained you previously, Suez Canal, it has further increased this importance and reduced the distance between India and Europe nearly by 7,000 kilometers. So when the Suez Canal was built, so with the help of Suez Canal, the distance between India and Europe was reduced. By how much? It was reduced by entirely 7,000 kilometers. So you can imagine, approximately 7,000 kilometers was reduced. So traveling time is saved very highly. So that is why Suez Canal was one important feature, and India, traders from India can go to Europe, Europe to India. The trading would be very easy now. Trade flows have increased significantly due to India's favorable location, oceanic trade routes. So we are mostly, expertised in doing oceanic trade routes, means through the oceans, the waters, right? So it becomes more easily to trade. So the ships go from here to there to here, and it becomes more favorable. Even the climate is very good. So that is why the geographical location is very important. Question number 5. Give an account of India's contact with the outside world in ancient and medieval times. Now we have to go in our history. When I talk about history, how was our India connected with the outside world in the ancient times and medieval periods? Now, India, we contact with the outside world continued through the ages and are much older. Very, very long ago, when the countries were divided, from that time we have contact with the other parts also. Now, for 3 points, I'll say India. It has been the center of trade and market from many countries in ancient time. If this was India, so people could easily come. It would be have a center, correct? It would be as a center of market and trading. So trading, marketing, giving goods from here to there, correct? Because India during previous times, it was rich in its it was known as the golden bird. We were rich in the spices, then silk, and many other agriculture practices. So that's why we were the center of trade. Now, in other parts of the world, we were connected to India with silk trade. So, for the silk trading, also the other parts of the world, means other countries, continents, were connected to India. Now, in the medieval period, India attracted European countries for trade. British developed the Suez Canal for easy and fast access to India. Now, while the Britishers were ruling India, they thought that wow, India has such a vast diversity. They have so many spices. They have such a good quality of silk also. People are hardworking, and there are so many different kinds of work done. So many new things are built. So why not we take it to Europe? Why not we do trading with India and Europe? So they thought, but no, there is such a long distance, it takes too much time to travel. So they thought that we will develop the Suez Canal. So they developed the Suez Canal, which then reduced the distance, and then it became super easy to, I mean, not super easy, it became a little bit easy and fast to come from Europe to India and do the trading. Question number 6 is, this is one important question. Why is it that while the sun has already risen in Arunachal Pradesh, it is still dark in Gujarat? Now, this is one important question. It is true that when the sun is already risen up in Arunachal Pradesh, right? But sun didn't come yet in Gujarat. Why is it so? Now, the sun rises earlier in Arunachal Pradesh than Gujarat. Okay, why? Now, Arunachal Pradesh is on the easternmost tip and Gujarat lies on the westernmost. So they're like opposite on the ends, they are easternmost and westernmost. Arunachal Pradesh on the east, right, and Gujarat on the westernmost. So both the states are separated by an approximation distance of 3,300 kilometers. The distance between them is 3,300. Now, there is longitudinal difference also. So the longitudinal difference between 2 points is of 30 degree. There is a difference of 30 degree, and time it takes to by the sun to cross each of the longitude, it's 4 minutes. Okay, so the longitudinal difference between Arunachal Pradesh and Gujarat is 30 degrees, isn't it? Now, the time it takes for sun to cross each of the longitude is 4 minutes. So I have to multiply by 4 because it is differentiated by 30 degrees. Each degree takes 4 minutes for the sun. So 30 into 4 gives me 120 minutes. Correct? That is 2 hours. So that's why the by the time the sun reaches Gujarat, it takes 2 hours. So Arunachal Pradesh, if the sun has come at 6 o'clock, so at Gujarat it will come at 8 o'clock. Okay, that's the difference. Now, Ahmedabad will see the sun overhead twice a year. Why is it so? Now, Ahmedabad, whenever you notice, the sun will always be overhead. Okay, two times in a year. Why is it so? Now, the rays of sun, they become vertical twice a year only between the two tropics. Okay, So Ahmedabad is located just below the Tropic of Cancer. The Tropic of Cancer is crossing here. Ahmedabad is located. So that is why it is in the tropical zone, and thus it sees overhead, sun overhead twice a year. It's present in the tropical zone, and sun becomes vertical twice a year. That's why between the tropics. So that is why Tropic of Cancer, Capricorn. So that's why Ahmedabad will be able to see both the times. Okay. So these two questions are some application based, right? The facts. Now, next is you have to explain this question. India is often referred to as a subcontinent. Why? Why is India known as a subcontinent? Now, India is often referred as a subcontinent because India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh, they comprise of one big piece of land without any physical barrier between them. So previously what happened was, means what was there is India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, they all were one part, they were not separate countries. Now it is that due to political and geographical regions they are differentiated, but previously there was no differentiation. All of these countries were one part of a country only, they were not different countries, they were one country itself. Now, what happened? The mighty Himalayas, they separate this big mass of land from the main continent of Asia, right? So, since India is the largest country, it is known as the subcontinent. So, in Asia, India is largest, right? So that's why it is the largest country, and it is known as a subcontinent because it had other countries also included in it, right? What is a continent? A continent is where there are many countries, correct? So India had many countries: Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh. They were included. So that is why India is known as a subcontinent. Even Indian subcontinent is the most natural geographical unit. It has developed a very distinctive culture and very different from the rest of Asia regarding climate, agriculture, and wildlife and lifestyle. So as I said, India, the subcontinent, it has a diversity. It is very diverse, correct? There are many things included, correct? And there are many cultures, there are many different food items, different clothing, right? Everything is diverse, correct? Now, moving to the second last question, which ocean will have to be crossed by a ship while going from Singapore to Mogadishu? Now, Mogadishu is in Africa. So, going from Singapore to Mogadishu, which ocean will have to be crossed? So, the ocean will be Indian Ocean. So Indian Ocean will have to be crossed by the ship while going from Singapore to Mogadishu in Africa. Why? Because Mogadishu is situated in the African country of Somalia. Now, Singapore is a sovereign city state and island country in the Southeast Asia. So between them comes the Indian Ocean. So Indian Ocean has to be crossed. All right. Now, the last question is, which island groups lies to the southeast? In the southeast, we have our Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So, yes, students, we have completed with the today's session. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope it was informative. This chapter is coming in a midterms. So, we did a quick one shot revision, isn't it? And I explained 10 most important questions. These are previous year questions which have come repeatedly in the exams, right? So thank you so much again. Make sure you like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you didn't do it till now. And if you have any queries, any doubts, any other chapters, you can make sure to comment me in the comment section below. This PDF will be soon uploaded in the description. So I'll be seeing you in the next video. Students, till then, take care and goodbye.